Another great episode of SmackDown is in the books. Let's get into it and review it. I'll be going over all the biggest things that happened and what I thought of them. The show kicked off with Randall Keith Orton, and he cut a promo, and it was kind of, just a nothing burger of a promo saying he'll defeat whoever challenges him at WrestleMania. And he was interrupted by Trick Williams, Worldwide Willie, the hottest superstar in the business on SmackDown right now. Again, huge pop, great whoop that Trick chance. Just Trick Williams being Trick Williams, doing Trick Williams things, absolutely incredible. However, he was not able to get a lot of words out. I wish they would have let these two cook more. He got RKO'd. Long story short, he got RKO'd. I love that Trick Williams is already in these huge main event programs with guys like Randy freaking Orton. But I just really wish that they would have gotten more time on the mic together and actually were able to cut a proper promo battle, because these two could absolutely cook on the mic. Overall, though, I think this was a good segment, and I'm excited for this Randy and Trick feud. I would love to see Randy win the title at WrestleMania and then Trick be his first title defense. I think that would be incredible. Next, we had the United States Championship Open Challenge from Carmelo Hayes, which was answered by Hijo del Dr. Wagner Jr. They put on a pretty good match. Nothing too crazy. Carmelo Hayes retained. This is obviously the correct decision. Also, they need to pay off the storyline between Carmelo Hayes and Tama Tonga. We also had a face-off between two of the biggest stars in the women's division, Rhea Ripley and Jade Cargill. They obviously have their upcoming match at WrestleMania 42 for the WWE Women's Championship. I was not a huge fan of this segment, mainly because Jade Cargill got absolutely robbed of mic time yet again. The entire promo was basically just Rhea Ripley. I'd say it was about 80% Rhea Ripley. Jade basically just said, I'm stronger than you, my arms are bigger than yours, my legs are bigger than yours, and I'm more powerful than you, I'm that bitch. That's basically all she said. Rhea basically just said, yes, you might be all those things, however, I can knock you down with one punch, and you can't. It was kind of just a nothing burger of a promo. I really wish they got time to cook, because I don't think this really did anything to get us more excited for the match. At least in my opinion, but let me know what you thought of this segment. Next, we had an impromptu number one contenders match, I believe, for the women's tag team championships. Charlexa versus what did I call him? Julie Ames. Julie Ames is the name I came up with for Julia and Kiana James. Obviously won by Charlexa. I think this is the right decision. I don't think Julia should be in the tag division. She's the United States champion. I was kind of hoping the Bella twins would interrupt them and they would be the ones to challenge them, but unfortunately that was not the case. I think this was the right decision though. Next, we had the formation of a brand new tag team, R-Wepa. There was a tag team turmoil match including Motor City Machine Guns, Fraxium, Los Garzas, R-Wepa, and the Wyatt Six, and R-Wepa actually ended up winning, which is incredible. The match ended in an incredible way. R-Truth hit the attitude adjustment as Damian Priest hit the South of Heaven, and R-Truth wasn't even the legal man, Damian Priest was. He hit the AA, and he still pinned the guy, which I thought was just hilarious, and R-Wepa is the number one contenders for the WWE Tag Team Championships. Honestly, I want to see them win them. R-Wepa has been comedy gold in backstage segments, and honestly, I don't like the MFTs as champions. They're not really doing anything. I mean, I kind of want to see something new. We've seen the MFTs as tag champions recently. I want to see something new, and I think R-Wepa would be a perfect change of pace. Next, this was just really sad. Johnny Gargano obviously having his planking gimmick. Candice LeRae finally convinced him to get up and try to become Johnny Wrestling once again. And about halfway through his promo in the ring, I realized, oh shit, Obafemi's going to come out and kill him. And then that's exactly what happened. He held an open challenge, and Obafemi answered. And I mean, Johnny Gargano stood no chance. And this is kind of sad because I think Johnny Gargano's getting released, man. Unfortunately, I think he's gone. He's going to probably go to AEW and reunite with Tommaso Ciampa. But it's kind of just sad. I don't see a payoff coming for this storyline. And now he's just going to go back to planking. So this is kind of unfortunate, but obviously made Obafemi still look like a monster. So, I mean, overall, I guess it was a good segment. The Miz has been cursed. Danhausen was looking for Nick Aldis to fulfill some more Demandhausens, and he demanded a mentor, and Nick Aldis offered him The Miz. The Miz basically said, I don't want an emo high school kid to be mentored by me. And in return, Danhausen cursed him, reasonably so. This segment was overall hilarious. I love Danhausen so much. This was just incredible. And I'm interested to see what happens with The Miz. I don't know if Danhausen's going to have a match with The Miz. I don't know if Miz is just going to continue losing everything. I'm not exactly sure, but I'm super interested to see where this storyline goes. Let's talk about the main event between Cody Rhodes and Drew McIntyre. As you can see here, we have a new undisputed WWE champion in Cody Rhodes. I said this on stream. I mean, I feel like Drew McIntyre obviously deserves more. He's been the workhorse of WWE for like the past 2 years. And he deserves a nice long title reign. He deserved winning the title. I understand why they didn't have Drew win. This does mean we get Cody Rhodes versus Randy Orton, which I'm extremely excited about. It's the greatest 1-2 punch of WrestleMania events of all time. But it's just so unfortunate that it had to be Drew that was the one who got screwed. I get after WrestleMania, he's leaving to film Highlander. I'm excited about this match. I didn't know who I wanted to win. I love Drew McIntyre. I love what he was doing. Randy Orton versus Cody Rhodes is the best available option. I just wish I had more trust in WWE to deliver Cody Rhodes versus Randy Orton, but they've been hinting at it for 2 years at this point, over 2 years, and they haven't paid it off. So I'm kind of glad that this happened because now I know we're getting a payoff. If I had more trust in WWE to pay this storyline off, I would have absolutely been rooting for Drew McIntyre. But I have little to no trust in WWE to actually pay off this storyline if they weren't going to do it at WrestleMania 42. So I'm kind of glad that we're just finally getting Cody Rhodes versus Randy Orton. We're finally getting a payoff to this story, and I'm glad. It's just sad and very unfortunate that it had to come up at the expense of Drew McIntyre. But let me know your thoughts on this episode of SmackDown. Let me know your thoughts on the title change. Thank you so much for watching. Like and subscribe if you want. You can check out another video on the screen if you want. And